Hey everybody, I'm Raul Bally, politics reporter for WABE News. Welcome to the forum for the candidates for Tucker City Council District 1. This is organized by Rough Draft Atlanta. I'm joined by Kathy Cobbs, managing editor for Rough Draft Reporter Newspapers, and Delaney Tarr, who is a journalist for Supporter Report. This is not a debate. This is a chance for candidates to introduce themselves to the voters in Tucker and share where they stand on issues. So let's get started. We're going to let each candidate take 30 seconds just to introduce themselves. There's a timer in the upper part of the screen that'll let you know how much time is remaining. Let's start off with Karen Peters Rivers. Take 30 seconds, just kind of introduce yourself to everybody.
Good afternoon, everyone. How y'all doing?
We're
I'm,
here. We're doing
I
great.
mean, we're here above the yes. I'm Karen Peters. I'm Karen Peters Rivers. That's my name, but I'm going by Karen Peters because that's what everyone knows me by. I'm a lifelong resident of Tucker, Georgia. Matter of fact, I'm a descendant of William McKinley Peters, who was a founding father of our great African American, one of the first African American cities. I'm sorry, cities in Tucker, who also we have the street named after and also a park. And I've worked alongside with the council to provide and bring in necessities that we need at our park, new playground equipment, also a bathroom that we're working with. And I also I was born and raised in the house I live in. So I'm on a family street, and the neighborhood I live in is changing, of course. So I'm running on the fact that I want to make sure that we're sustaining Tucker's rich history and legacy, past, present, and future, you know, going forward.
Thank, Thank you so much, Karen. We are trying to work out a technical issue with Roger, and hopefully he'll get us. We'll
Okay.
join him here in a second. But we're going to get right into the questions. We'll let Roger introduce himself when we're able to iron out that issue. First question is going to come from Kathy Cobbs of Rough Draft and Reporter Newspapers. Your first question to Karen.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ms. Kathy.
Regarding development in your district, what do you think is the most important issue that you feel like you would tackle immediately that you feel like has not been addressed yet by this city council?
Um, I think we need more sidewalks. As a matter of fact, like in my community, we have a park and we have people that visit from everywhere, and there's no sidewalk to go down to the pathway. And also the speeding issue. I live on a street that backs up to Sam's, and it's like the Daytona 500 through here. And I know that they're working, greatly on some of the infrastructure. I don't think they've come over here to actually see how much traffic we have, but it would be the infrastructure of the traffic. And also, I think that I've spoken with a lot of people who said they want that city council to be more present and to have conversations with them. So,
Thank you so much, Karen. Again, we are waiting for to iron out some technical issues with Roger Orlando. So we'll get to Delaney. Delaney,
okay.
your question to Karen.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Expanding a little bit beyond that development lens, what would you promise to tackle in your first 100 days in office?
Our promise to tackle number one, like I said, listening to the people and really listen to what they want, and listen, making sure that they're heard. But I would tackle some of the unhoused issues. We've got a great number of tent cities here, and we've got to find some resources and find a way to get some of them from the tents, but everyone wants to say not in my backyard, but we've got to come together and figure out a way because most of them don't have a way to receive resources because they don't have an address. So I would tackle the housing, unhoused. Sorry.
Again, we are working out a technical issue with Roger Orlando. So we're going to continue questions for Karen. Kathy, your second question to our candidate.
There's been a lot of discussion about creating a Tucker Police Department. And I'm wondering if you feel that the time is right to make this expense and effort to have Tucker with their own dedicated police department, and why?
Yes, that's a good question. I was at that meeting and I was listening to the numbers, and after hearing the original numbers and that they had to expand, of course, when you start adding the K9 units and all the other tactical stuff, I just don't feel it's necessary for us to have that right now, personally, because I think that DeKalb County is doing a great job. I don't know if they should maybe offer more ways that if you live in the community, you stay in the community, we give you whatever, a discount or something. But I just don't think that I personally don't feel that a police station is what we need right now.
I do want to take a moment and apologize to everybody who's viewing. Roger will not be able to join us because of a technical issue that we're trying to iron out. So what we're going to do is we'll give him the option to respond to these very same questions. Delaney Tarr, your next question for Karen.
As Tucker grows, how will you approach housing developments? Specifically, what is your stance on higher capacity housing, affordable homes, and low income residences?
Well, unfortunately, when we think of the unhoused, we call it low income. That's the stigma that's been put. I think we would have to find a way to make it equitable for people to be able to stay in their homes, create some more programs to teach people to, not respect, but to understand the laws and understand that your property is your property, is your value, and to make sure that there are maybe some resources set in place to help, especially lifelong people that have aged to stay in their homes. Because I know in our community, we have quite a few people with the taxes going up. It's kind of hard for them to be, to want to stay in their homes. And I know, like myself, this is my lifelong, this is where I want to be. So we've got to make sure that we've either partner with some nonprofits or other programs to maybe bring in the gap to create more funding for that. But I don't think we should go up, with the development. I don't know where. I don't know if we need to, some of the, like we have empty warehouses, maybe find a way to make it a workplace, live place. So I would work with
Karen Peters, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
I want to give you 60 seconds to kind of give you your closing argument to voters about why you should be the District 1 council member in Tucker.
Okay. My argument is when I look at the council, there's no one that looks like me. Short hair, tall, double hip replacement. I'm just a common person that wants to make sure that this city, Tucker, I love Tucker. I've done the voting elections for the last 10 years, and I love that. So I've been on the backbone of this to know that how the system works, and I want for everyone to make sure they get involved and make sure you vote, and just, it's not a doggy fight for Roger and I. I think he's a great candidate. I just want everyone to know that I am committed to Tucker. As everybody say, I'm the mother of Tucker. My son has went to Tucker High School all of his years, so I've been afforded the opportunity to have my dad across the street, my sister, my brother. So I live in a community that's been here, and we're here to stay. And I want everyone else to have the same feeling about Tucker. So that's what I'm for, Tucker.
Karen Peters, thank you so much for joining us. And again, for those, we want to apologize, Karen, to apologize to you and to our viewers because of the technical issues that Roger Orlando was not able to join us. We're going to give him an opportunity to respond to these questions later. That is all the time we have for this forum. I want to thank Karen. I want to thank Kathy and Delaney for asking their questions. This panel was organized by Rough Draft Atlanta. We thank them for organizing the forum. Early voting begins Tuesday, October the 14th. Election Day is November the 4th. I'm WABE's Raul Bally. Thank you for joining. You think I can talk? Thank you for tuning in.